Everybody, welcome to our free agency chat. We're just going to be going through over 20 players, where we think they're going to go and everything. Some people that weren't in the competition, like Kennedy, Kelsey Bone, which, our room friend, we got to talk about where we think she's going to go. And yeah, so it's going to be fun. We'll put polls up on where you think people are going to go. I'm going to give you percentages of what our little competition, what people voted for each player and stuff. There were some prizes. Sky fans definitely invaded because
definitely.
they skewed some of these votes, but it's fine.
Exactly.
Oh, and yes, bring back our friend Kelsey Bone. She needs to be in the
absolutely.
league, please. And
right now.
I've been telling people this. I need like a Kayla George contract. I don't want no training camp contract for Kelsey Bone. I want the people to be like, what? She got a guaranteed contract?
Absolutely.
And then we'd be like, this is why. So, laying down the facts.
Exactly.
Anyway, since we're talking about it, let's just start there.
Let's go.
I got fire. It's a good day.
Wow. Who's in here watching and telling him? Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay,
Even it out. Even it
normal.
out.
Okay.
Yeah,
anyway,
absolutely. Thanks.
Amber, what do you think would be the best fit?
Ooh. Of course, I want her close to me. And that means she needs to be in Atlanta. But I mean, fit wise, like,
oh, okay.
Oh, please, bye. But anyway, like, I would love to see her. Like, she really could plug into most systems, honestly, because she's like that post that you need. Like, she gets her buckets under the basket. Are we talking about Kelsey Bone, Kaden? She's a great vet. Like, she got great footwork. She rebounds like nobody's business. Like, come on now.
Exactly. And there's so many.
Who don't need that?
And I'm thinking a younger team potentially. Like someone that can, just bring like veteran leadership. That's why I was thinking the Fever originally, but then like they made another like training camp signee for that position and stuff. So I know, but I don't know. Like, and I think it's already gonna be tough. They're gonna want to have young players. So yeah, I'm not.
Never know.
But you never know. But I know nothing. Really That's what makes this fun. Not knowing nothing, it makes free agency even more fun.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna go against everything I said on her going to a younger team that needs like a veteran presence. I'm gonna stick with what I said originally, and she backs up Elizabeth Williams, and they split time together. I'm gonna say she goes to Chicago.
So. That would be fun too. It's gonna be fun just to have her back in the league anyway. So that would be great.
For reasons I do not think.
For reasons I would like to see it, but for reasons probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could use center depth, but yeah.
Understandable.
Ooh, that's gonna be a fun trip. Maybe Connecticut.
Possibly.
So
if somebody, decides to jump ship.
And then I'll start going through some of the other free agents, but let's go ahead and put a poll up. Where do you think Kelsey Bone goes? It's gonna be a little hard to make the poll. Like, and you pick the three teams. We all work together. No one's taking each other's jobs.
Exactly. This is a conglomerate, and doesn't work without everybody.
Exactly.
We need it.
Oh, me do it. Oh, pick 3 teams. Ooh, jeez. Okay.
See.
Oh, she did it. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, right. So which one? Seattle, Chicago, Connecticut, somewhere else. Okay, everybody vote.
Guy. There he goes.
Please. Oh. Oh.
That is going to be interesting how that show. Ooh, Minnesota. I wonder.
Hold on, let me pull it up. I broke down when people are picked. Okay, so let's move to Lindsay Allen. Our poll, 73% I mean, our competition, 73% said Lindsey Allen would be resigning in Minnesota, and then 27% of people chose another team that didn't receive more than one vote. So,
but yeah, I totally believe that she's gonna stay in Minnesota. Like, there's some teams that could use her, but I feel like Minnesota is probably, you know, gonna be the best bet.
question:
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they're going to try to go for one of the big ones first to see if they could land them?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how it should go, though. I feel like that's how it should go. Most, you know, where you rank in free agency, you know who's coming out. You know who's like, there's a hierarchy. I would talk to the big free agents first too. Take a swing at them. Why not?
So Amber, what's your hierarchy? The 3 top point guards right now. What's your hierarchy?
The 3 top. I know who you want me to say. Absolutely, Lakin is right. SCS, Jordan, and the Cloud
We're on
Lady.
the same accord. Okay.
Yes, we're all on the same accord. So that's gonna be first couple of days signing, and then everybody else, you fall in line.
Yeah. And that's why I don't think they signed her before the end of the season or anything, because they have cap space, I think, to make one bigger move.
Yeah.
So she is not.
I don't think so either.
Self-proclaimed, please. She's just a shooter. Oh god.
You know, she is the shooter lady.
I like Natasha Cloud a lot when she's playing the game that she's best at, and that's being a distributor. Some games you can go off. You can be a distributor and go off, but you have to know you're having a really good game. The first priority should always be feeding your teammates when you're in that role and everything. That's my opinion. Normally, when she goes outside of that, it doesn't go as well as it could. So, but anyway, back to Lindsey Allen, because we'll be going to Cloud anyway.
Boo! See all these cream puffs in the chat.
I do.
Wow. I'll give you that.
She's honestly a good defender too. But yeah, Lindsey Allen, she was one of those people I didn't know was going to make the roster in the first place for Minnesota. And she was really impressive. Like, she's like flat out what you want, and like someone that's not going to score a lot, but just plays her role. And that's underrated. It's especially at the point guard position. If you have people you can feed, which, it's going to be curious to see what the Lynx do, but I don't know. I could see them re-signing her, but do you think the Lynx are attractive to be able to get one of those point guards? Are they in a position where they could surprise? I'm leaning with Aaron and saying no.
Yeah, no. Because, they have so many questions in the post. They have questions everywhere, really. So, I don't think that that's, a destination spot for any free agent personally, but especially not a point guard. Literally.
I think they're a younger. I don't know. They remind me of the Fever a little bit, and having young players that could turn into something. It's like a wait and see type period. Say no all you want, but I don't know. I really like Diamond Miller. I think Juhas was an underrated second round pick for them. So it's just gonna depend what happens. And I do not have a job with the Lynx. Anyway,
yes, you do, Prowl.
Please. But no, I do not think this is the year that they hit it big. But yeah, I think they'll do a 12 player roster this year, as long as they don't overspend on someone. So,
but you see what happened last time? They had a spending spree.
I do,
and they were in hell for 3 years. So we're gonna see.
But yeah, I think they can get Lindsey Allen probably for 80 to 90 grand to re-sign and stuff, and I think that would be a smart move once they miss out. At least we think they miss out on the higher point guards and everything. So I'll go with Minnesota.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like that's your best
bet. By the
bet.
way, what was the? Oh yeah. Whenever you want to finish, we can just end it with, oh, she already did it. So Chicago won for Kelsey Bone. So I don't mind that as long as she's somewhere.
Yep.
That's why Cheryl isn't GM anymore. I hear you.
It's the truth.
Okay, next one on our list. This one will be a little more of a debate. Beck Allen, where does she go? So first place, Connecticut, 47%. Second place was Vegas. 20% of people said Vegas. And then 13% Seattle. And then 20% was teams getting one vote.
Honestly, it might not be as tough as you think, because I actually agree that she would be a great fit for Vegas. Honestly, I feel like she would be a great fit with them. But my only fear is that they're not gonna have enough money to get her. But I feel like the fit would be great.
Vegas can do one big signing. For sure can do at least
one big one. All right, then I feel like that could.
My bad.
If you can give her enough money, then if you can get her, have at it.
Especially if they do an 11-player roster, which I think it's no doubt that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna be Beck Allen that they get personally.
Probably not, but I love it.
Yeah, especially since they already have like Alicia and stuff. Like they're one of the few teams that has depth at wing and stuff, like a position that's hard to
fill. True.
Yeah, fill. It's just hard to find those caliber players at the next level that translate over from college to the W. So I don't know. Yeah,
but who knows if Alicia's gonna play this year? She didn't say anything, did she?
No, I think
she's under contract.
Yeah, she's under contract, 1 more year, guaranteed contract. Yep, like it's right.
Bet. Okay.
So, yeah, this will for sure
it probably
be
will be her last year. How you gonna say for sure? You don't know if it's for sure.
Oh, I don't know for sure, but it's leaning towards that. So this could be a rough year of people we really like. I'm sorry.
Exactly. You never say that about Diana Taurasi. So
because I don't want to bring her up. And we know that's who's going to be getting the attention no matter who retires. That's all who's going to be talked about and fill in the headlines.
But you never talk about them actually being the one to get to retire. You try to,
Please.
Shit. Oh. But anyway, CP3 hater.
Okay, so Amber, what is your pick for Beck Allen? And I am not. I love Candace.
Man, it's hard. I would love for it to be Vegas, but I could also see.
I don't think the Dream Layla.
No, I know. Unfortunately,
she wants to be a starter for sure.
Unfortunately, like I would love for her to play for the Dream, but it's highly unlikely. And of course, I would love her in LA. Probably not. New York. I don't know about that. She might just end up back in Connecticut, honestly.
Ooh, darn it!
That's a good.
I was just about to say that because
Fever could.
They need a starter at that position, and they have so much cap space. They could bid more than any team and stuff. They could, So I'm leaning towards either re-signing, and then they move on from Heidemann, or someone just commits to her being like a starting wing and everything, which, I think the Fever could do.
I would have seen Lexi Holds to Vegas. I can't.
They're going to have to make tough decisions, same as last year, on their younger players, and I still am mad about Inksler. But
still pissed to this day.
But I'm still going to make the Sun my final answer. Because I think she's going to go back one more, be with the
at least
contender and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever she does, I think she does 1 year contract. Unless she's getting like a Mariah Jefferson thing where she's getting way more than other teams were and stuff. And then I can see a multi-year deal. So but we'll see. Wherever she goes, she's starting, and she earned it with how she played last year when the Sun needed her.
Honestly.
So. Yeah, let us know who you pick once that pulls up
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But yeah, that's gonna be tricky. That's gonna
Very.
be one of the first couple days. Yeah, see, Skylar could take a little longer too. I'm not convinced
Mhm.
she would be the first one signed. It might be other positions first and
Yeah, she's
everything.
definitely
Like,
not gonna be the first one.
yeah, maybe not definitely, but I don't know. I doubt it. Because man, she's gonna love the attention too.
Hell yeah,
She can
she's a
see
Leo. She's gonna love it.
how hard people go for
That's what we
them.
do.
Yeah, where
That's
does
what
the
we do.
Australian
We
go?
relish.
Oh.
We relish in that. So yeah, she's gonna have a good time.
Okay, next one. I don't think there'll be much debate on this one. Dewana Bonner. 93% said Connecticut, and then there
Mm-hmm.
was one person that said Seattle. So it
Yeah,
would
I feel
take
like that's
Alyssa
open
Thomas
shit.
being traded.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know who said it.
It was probably Amber, and she just doesn't want
No,
to
it
give us
wasn't.
her
It was
full.
not me.
Someone hit random generator.
Probably. Mm-hmm. It's giving crack.
But yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. If as long as AT does not get traded, she's there.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think there's much debate on that. Okay,
Exactly.
this one's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Kalani Brown.
Ooh.
So majority 33% said Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
20% Dallas, 13% Atlanta, 13% Vegas, and then 21% was other teams receiving one vote.
Mm.
So there was a lot of opinions on this one.
Mm. I would love for Kalani to come back, honestly, Nia, but I don't think
She
that she
wants
will.
to.
Yeah, and I don't blame her because it was rough the first go around.
I could see Chicago
Chicago would be
too.
nice. I would like that fit.
Yeah. If you were the
LA.
Chicago GM, what
Mm-hmm.
would you want to do, Amber? So E
Mm-hmm.
Will is going to play like she didn't play a whole lot. It was like 20 to 25 minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
there's room to either try to develop a center next to her
Mm-hmm.
or get someone like Kalani Brown where it's 1A and 1B.
Mm-hmm.
What are you more leaning towards that you'd want to do with
Mm.
that?
Honestly, that's a solid plan because I would probably lean towards like having running E Will and Kalani 1A 1B because that
Mm-hmm.
I feel like either one could take the spot to be the starter, but either like you have to play the other a significant amount, honestly, if you're gonna do it that way. Um Personally I feel like with E Will, she doesn't need to start necessarily
Mm-mm.
all the time to be efficient. Like she's just efficient.
You know
She's
what you're
that
gonna
type
get
of
from her.
player.
This is no shade.
Exactly.
People who have followed me for a bit, I love E Will.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, getting someone alongside her, and Chicago's like on that in between where it could
Mhm.
be like a rebuild year,
Mhm.
or they're gonna go for it. And
Said that
because they
about
already
last
lost
year
their
though.
first round pick for next year too, I think
Mhm.
they're going for it. So
Mhm.
yeah,
But that would be a nice fit though, honestly. That would be very interesting to see. But like the way she's like transformed her body in the last couple years, I would take a flyer on her because
mm-hmm.
she she's a bigger girl, but she's like not she's trimmed up a lot. So that might help a little bit with her moving a little bit better,
Yeah. No,
which
she was
could be
efficient,
very
and I can understand why she was frustrated when
yeah,
people got healthy. Her getting less playing time because she was playing really well.
she
Do you
was
think she was playing better than Tierra, which Mia
kind
said she was?
of
Okay.
and I ain't gonna lie because like Tierra, I'm not a big Tierra fan like that,
Okay. Yeah, you've mentioned that before.
but as far as Kalani, she was like they played a lot better with Kalani in to me.
Okay.
Yeah, she's very skinty now. Yes.
Yeah, I get you. But when she was on, I don't know. Like I thought her ceiling of what she could provide and like consistency was better, but yeah, I don't know.
Dang, Miami.
Yeah, that would be a major upset, but yeah, I
Big
don't know. I would
upset.
still lean towards McCowan, but yeah.
I get that. I get that.
But Brown is going to get a lot of views. I definitely don't think she comes back to Dallas, and
Nah, that's a hell no.
yeah.
But like
So I
honestly,
do not agree
maybe
with her being
even the
second in our
Fever.
competition. Maybe the Fever too, but I think she wants to try to get a starting role. She knows she wouldn't.
Oh yeah,
She wouldn't get
definitely
in
not.
there. So,
but young team, you never know.
Yeah,
there's a lot of teams that need a big. So
what's your final opinion?
Oof, final. That's hard. That's very, very hard for me. But honestly, if I had to pick a team that I feel like she could fit really well, and they need somebody that can, oof. Hmm. That's harder than
It's
I.
tough. It's
Yeah,
tough
that's harder than I thought.
because some teams are waiting to see how it shakes out and
Yeah,
everything.
that's hard.
Ooh, Phoenix is
Yeah.
actually an interesting one, like him, but
That would be very
I think
interesting.
DG's a no-brainer, so I don't know about that.
Because it's hard to say that she would be looking for starter minutes either, because like in this, like the reality is there's not many teams that can do that. I
My
know
pick,
that. Like, in what I'm saying is that if she doesn't want to play, like Mr. K was saying, she might not want to play for the Fever because of playing time, but where you gonna get playing
I'm
time?
leaning towards if LA misses out on like Jonquel.
Oh, I got
So
you.
that's
I
my
got you.
personal pick and everything for her to pick y'all. But
I would love for her to come back.
if
That
she
was.
misses, I think Kalani would be interesting there, like to see if she can fit in everything. So
Yeah, I would love it because, like, honestly, that was her. She played with the Sparks for her rookie team. I mean, for her rookie
exactly.
year. So I would love to see her back. I feel like that would work really well. So yeah, the
Okay.
screen is black. I do see the screen is black on my
Oh
end.
wait, so it's not showing my graphics anymore? Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's not showing.
That's
Like
not
it
funny.
just happened though.
Okay. I don't know why. Here, I'll unpresent and then represent. So remove.
Oh, it just popped back up.
Oh, you
Now
gotta
he's
be
finally
kidding.
gone.
There we go. Okay.
Ooh. Honestly,
In that case, oh, sorry, you go ahead first, Amber.
I was just gonna say, I think at least one of those people might be traded.
Exactly. If you guys
At
hit it
least
big with
one, maybe
someone,
two.
one of them would at least be traded. I would lean towards Azare getting traded,
Yeah, I
personally.
feel like they have more value on the market, honestly.
And yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
I don't see Hamby or Stevens being long term for LA and stuff. They're yeah. They should sign Cam, and that starts that process of loading up the front court and everything with the future. So yeah. But yeah. If LA picks Jonquel, like I said, they would. I'll go Seattle. I think that would be interesting.
Okay, I can see it.
So, okay, next one that's going to be fun too. Jordan, Canada. So this one did not have any one voters. It was between three teams. First place was LA with 47%. Second place was Atlanta with 40%, so really close. And then Seattle had 13%.
And I believe all three could happen. But
I do too.
I'm leaning towards the Dream, of course, because I feel like it's a better fit. I feel like it's the best fit. But Seattle, I could definitely see her going back to Seattle or LA.
Exactly.
It really, between those three teams, I think one of them is going to get her. But I feel like Atlanta
I do
would
too.
be
I
her
just see
best
such
fit.
a good fit.
Yes, it makes the most sense.
Like, I can trust her to give Ryan and Leash the ball. She can take it
That's the main
herself.
thing.
I thought last season was incredible, and again, it's a
Mm-hmm.
shame she wasn't in the All-Star game because,
Yeah,
man,
very.
her
I
instincts
voted
were
every
on
day.
point. Me
Uh-huh.
too. Her
I was
defense was
trying.
on point.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she would be
She's
a complete
amazing.
player, and man, I hope we get
Yes, she
her.
was right. She was Robin most improved. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I like
absolutely.
Satu a whole lot, but I agree with what people were saying. Like, people knew that was Satu. Like you were saying,
Yeah,
Amber, she was a lottery pick. Like, of course she was gonna hit it and stuff. So
exactly.
Layla says you were busy voting for Lexi.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron, Lexi Hall, not Lexi
Yeah.
Brown. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. And I wasn't voting for Lexi Brown because she was injured and I knew it wasn't gonna happen. So I might just why waste the vote?
But I just think if she was going to sign back at LA, she would have done it before the end of the season. I think she's going to go
I
somewhere
don't think that
else.
means anything though, honestly to me.
Oh, it does, because you're going to see her in a Dream uniform. So
I mean, either way, I'm
that settles
happy.
that.
Either way.
Yeah,
I'll
I
win
know.
either way. Here's the
That
thing.
is true.
If they bounce between Atlanta in LA, I'm always gonna win. It does not matter.
It's true.
Gang. Let's do
Unless
it.
NECA leaves, and then you don't win if she signs with LA, because you won't be a fan of them anymore.
Period.
So.
Because LA would be done in my book. Done.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
only thing that's keeping me there.
Layla. She's been part of those group chats. I am sure she has already been talking to Leash and Ryan. They've been drawing plays together,
Listen,
hypothetical plays,
Kaden.
completely legal. So
I just need for you to understand one thing. We don't have to deal with LA anymore if NECA leaves. You're a NECA fan. I'm a NECA fan. I'm going wherever she goes. I don't care where it is, except for New York. She will be Dunzo.
And I spoke to this
Altogether.
with Amber,
But
like
that's
she
not
is
gonna happen.
committed. I'm like, hey, what if you sign Skylar Diggins Smith and get Cameron Brink? Would you be a Sparks fan? And she said no. If NECA leaves, I'm out. I'm like, dang, that's commitment.
Because I know Skylar would never
Oh,
sign
I
with
know.
LA without NECA being signing the dotted line. She's not doing that. No, Layla. You ain't talking about
Oh
that LA.
man.
You talking about LA. I mean, she probably won't, but I like to fantasize about it because I'm sick of being a LA fan. Honestly, they piss me off every year. I
It's true.
know
So,
I'm
what's your
sick of
final
it.
vote, Amber? Is it Atlanta for you too?
Yeah,
Okay,
Atlanta
cool.
makes the most sense, and they'll probably be able to give her a nice chunk of money. So I feel like that
Yay!
would
And hi,
be
Tan
perfect.
Tan.
Yeah, what's up? Long time no see, friend.
Cool. And that's just a lethal lineup. Jordan, Ryan Leash. Whew. And then I think the front
We'll figure
court
out
is
the West.
still TBD. It is still TBD right now.
Yeah,
I think there is going to be
but
a
I'm cool with
trade.
that. Yeah,
We'll
I
have to wait
need
and
there to
see.
be the trade.
But
Please do a trade. Please, Dan.
so
I'm begging you.
so
Oh,
the next
got
one
you.
we're going with the
Appreciate it.
another point guard.
Hmm.
Since we're doing alphabetical order, Natasha Cloud. So first place was Washington, 33%. Second place was Seattle, 20%. Third place was Chicago, 13%. And then 34% picked another team. So a huge chunk. Uh, People had opinions and different
So
opinions on
nobody
where she was going
knows.
to go. Yeah, so no one knows. LA was one of those picks, Amber. So
Okay.
was Atlanta. So both. So another
I can't
win-win
tell.
situation, right?
No, it would not.
I'm just
It would not.
just kidding.
I did not vote LA. I would never. I
But
would
this one
never.
is tricky.
It is
Hmm.
because you halfway want to say because you know how much she loves being in Washington.
I gotta scroll down to Washington again.
I could definitely see her staying there, but if EDD doesn't come back, you gotta wonder.
Ooh. I don't know. It still seems like she's good with the franchise. Like she practiced at their facility and stuff.
Hmm.
But
But where else
There
is she
was
gonna
something that
practice?
felt final, like it felt like a goodbye, like that last playoff game.
So he's basically going on vibes. I feel it. Because we're all going off vibes, but like honestly, I don't know. It's
This
so
is so
hard.
tricky.
Everything is gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? When everything falls into place, it's just gonna be like, okay, didn't see that coming, but I get it. Nobody can afford a court player, to be honest. But here we
There's
are.
teams with cap space. What do you have in mind, Mr. K? Are you talking about the EDD trade?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Most teams, yeah, like a player would have to be coming back. So, like people that were part of the New York gang, like a big contract would have to be coming back to Washington to make the numbers work. If you're doing someone like Indiana, which EDD would not want to go to, the money works. And yeah, it just depends. Atlanta, it could even work.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think she would. I don't think she'd fit best in our roster and everything. But
unfortunately for us.
But most of the teams, I would say mainly Dallas is not a possibility because they're already cap strained and trying to get Satu. Outside of that, it can be worked out. So
go ahead and send Cloud to New York so she can get out of my face and not.
I would completely move on
she's
from
not
her,
there.
Amber.
Good, let's do it.
You can't have a playoff
Cloud
series
to New York, and
then...
that's my final answer.
Dang. I'm gonna pick Connecticut.
Get her out of my face, huh?
I'm gonna pick Connecticut.
Okay.
I think that's a decent roster and everything. I don't know.
Join the club.
Going to trades really quick, I think they're gonna trade Heidemann. Especially if they get back Allen. So yeah, I like Cloud okay too, but if she went to New York, those good feelings would go away.
Please free us from Heidemann. For real, I feel it. I feel you, Nia, because like
it would mean that someone's traded Caden. So that's what that would mean.
I mean, it could be happening.
Oof.
Man, it was too much stuff going on with Heidemann, like for real.
And I still think she's a solid player, but I don't know. I see her as more a 6 player.
Mr. K, I see that too, but you know. What's your question, Becky?
Oh, and what's your question then?
Oh,
yeah, it can. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be. I do not think Connecticut would make that trade though, Lakin. Because they already have like a solid 4. I don't know.
And they have an aging front court already.
Yeah.
So that would not be smart.
If Bree asked for it, they would be like, "I'm sorry, Bree, the deal doesn't work because they're not willing to give us Shakira Austin. Sorry." And they weren't willing to move on with their 6th pick along with it. We had to go somewhere else.
You're not wrong.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Don't upset Lakey.
I'm sorry. Oh no, seriously! Like prayers and positive vibes for Lakin because that infrastructure is not great for
it's terrible.
Like experienced snow. Yeah. So I really hope that goes away soon because that sucks. Yeah,
she might have to, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, he did, but here we are.
Wait, what did I wish for?
Wish for snow.
I was trying to get it to Layla because she asked for snow. I was.
But it has to cross between you and Layla, and guess who's in the middle?
I know. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
You did this to Lakin.
Okay, I wish the snow would go away. So, there.
See? Exactly.
Oh no.
It really is, though. Oh, yes, the ice, too. The ice makes a the worst.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Oh. Yep,
Oof.
Aaron, we're in the same
We've been
temperature brackets.
freezing
Like
too.
it's
Yeah.
rough. We got more snow here. It's woo.
It's not been
Everybody,
as bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's rough. But yeah,
Mhm.
so you went New York final answer. Just somehow it's
Yep.
gonna work out. I'm doing
Yep.
Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Not
again, I
bad.
could see her going anywhere. Oh, and what's your question, Tan Tan?
What's up?
JJ for EDD and Cloud.
Mm. I actually don't hate that.
Oh, it was an inadvertent cue. Okay.
Got you. Got you.
But yeah, I would not be surprised if she went anywhere on this list, like Chicago also is a possibility. Seattle, her and Jewel Lloyd would be interesting. Maybe even the Lynx.
Mhm.
That wouldn't be too surprising either.
Mhm.
So
Actually, I think that might work.
it might.
Where I could also banish her.
I don't think her and Coach would gel. I think she would
Does
drive her
not
up the
matter.
wall.
Does not matter. Doesn't matter at
Oh.
all. Just take her. Leave me out of it. I don't want to have to watch. Either way, because
She
I
did
want to
play
be
for
able to
Mike
watch
Tebow. You got a point. You got a point.
exactly. So that should be nothing.
Okay, next one. This one is going to be a tough debate too.
Uh-huh.
Nia Coffey. So 53% said Atlanta, 13% Indiana, 13% Minnesota, and then 21% was other teams receiving votes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a slam dunk. She goes back to Atlanta, honestly.
I don't.
She's been training with them all off season. She hit timely shots. She was fine playing less
That's not the
minutes last year.
problem,
She
Josh.
played about 20 minutes. I think
That's
it's
not the
fine.
problem, Josh. The problem is she's playing out of position for one, and she's injured all the damn time. It's a injury issue. There's nothing like her play was great, even though she's playing out of position, which pisses me off.
Which
Because you got all these
unfortunately was
fours.
a chunk of our that was like 60% of our team was playing out of position. So
Exactly. So like, yeah, she played great defense. She did like when she was playing, she played great. But she has been injured, like she had season injuries like 2 years in a row. That's a wrap. Atlanta should be a wrap. Could I see her going to the Lynx? Absolutely. I feel like that would be a nice fit. Like I
but
feel
in
like
a
she could fit
backup
into most teams.
capacity, I think it could work out. If we make a trade,
No.
get a true center.
No.
Just saying.
No.
I don't care about all the no's. I'm saying she resigns in Atlanta.
No. She is a 3.
Which is
She's a
fine.
3.
She can split time at the 3 and the 4 off the bench.
She can. But they don't use her that way. And that's a big problem. That's
Haley's
like
a
a
3
huge problem.
to be honest, but she played well. She was our best point guard last year.
Yes.
But that's another point.
I understand, but like if I was Dan, I would be thinking, hey, am I gonna have her in the playoffs when it's like time, like when you need her defense and her timely shots? If you're not gonna be able to do that, you move on to the next one, which is a smart investment. I'm not investing over $150,000 in a player that I'm not gonna be able to play come playoff time. So, I mean, call it what you will.
But this is the year that
I
she
call
makes
it a
an
waste of
impact in
money.
the playoffs. She's
got to stay healthy enough to get there. Wasn't she making like 140 last year? Yeah. I feel like she was making about 140 last year. 150, somewhere around there.
140 sounds right. Hold on.
It's around there somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, and she can command that type of contract if she goes somewhere where she can be useful. Like somebody's gonna overpay for it, probably. Which I mean, I get it, but she's not gonna take less than like 130. I feel.
Oh, definitely not. Yeah, she was 135 last year.
Okay, it was. I knew
so
it was
that's
somewhere
not bad.
around there.
So I think
know,
she'll
but
get
like
right
honestly,
around there again.
Yeah, and she
So
probably will. And I'm not investing that if I'm Atlanta. I'm not doing it again. You've done it 3 years in a row. The last
it's only
healthy
two,
season she's had, but the last healthy season she's had was LA, and that was in 2021.
which was the start of her doing really well and stuff. I don't know. I'm just saying.
No,
Fine that you all are saying no.
no.
I get what you're saying. I think she's great for the locker room. She did what she needed to
She
do
is,
before she got injured, and this is the year
but
that she
your
gets to have
investment
a
is
full
not
healthy
coming through.
season. I'm putting that out there for her. So
I know I want her to have a healthy season.
that's
I really
nice,
do.
but still no.
Exactly. That's very nice. Like she's
Okay,
a
Amber,
great
what's
locker
your
room
final
player.
pick for her? Mine's still Atlanta. What's your final pick?
I'm gonna send her to the links. Honestly, I feel like
Okay,
she's due
that's
for a
fair.
homecoming
And that she would be
or
a good
LA.
player to have off the bench.
Yeah, or
LA, I
LA.
think she could fight for
And she likes to have
more time and
reunions.
stuff.
So
So I still really like Diamond Layla. I think that would be a really good combo. I'd root for both of those players, but I don't see her in Minnesota. I could see LA.
I think she would fit well in Minnesota, and she's the type of player that Reeve would love. So
Oh yeah, and send us the second pick. Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm not at liberty to discuss that. So sorry, especially with the commentator lady. Yeah, me and her aren't on good terms, so we're gonna have to work up to a relationship where I can tell her what to do. But yeah.
So this next one, I could tell that
the new LAGM 1010. You know, she's the announcer for the
the
Wings.
Wings. Mm-hmm. I did
Weird.
not like that hire. I did
That
not
was
like
like
that
a
hire at
terrible
all.
hire. But anyway,
So
go ahead.
the
That was
next
great.
one, Skylar Diggins Smith. So Sky fans invaded this competition because 47% said she would go to Chicago. 33% said Connecticut, and then 20% it was other teams.
When it's LA, I don't want to hear nothing.
I picked
I'm
Washington
gonna be
at first.
delusional about that shit forever. I don't care.
They can, Aaron. It would be really tight, but Chicago would be able to do it.
And they don't have
It would
room
be
for it. And
really
they should be
tight.
playing Dana anyway. And she's
I would like
not
to
going
see Dana
home.
be a starter too.
Exactly. I want everybody to get out my
Oh,
face.
LA could
I am
afford her and still
delusional.
have room to make other moves. So
I am delusional. Go to LA with your friend Neka Ogumike and let me have my look. It is what it is. I'm
I
going
don't
to
think
be
she goes to
delulu
LA.
about it. I don't care.
I hope
It's
so,
gonna be
Tan
some good
Tan. It
trades.
has been
Yeah.
way too quiet.
Yep.
Teams have more cap space this year than last year, to me, in my opinion. So I don't know. There should be
It
something
raised a little
happening.
bit. I mean, Kurt doesn't deserve it, but that's not the point. The point is this is about me and I'm delusional, and that's fine. That's the point.
Okay, so is that your final pick, LA?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Even though, like, logically, everybody else makes sense. I mean, all the other teams that people are trying to send it to, except for the Fever, makes sense because
What a
Chicago,
big trade
that would
that
be a
would
great
be.
fit. Let me see, Seattle, but I don't see her going to Seattle, but that would be a nice fit. She's definitely not going to Dallas again.
Mm-mm.
Atlanta on paper, until you realize that she's a very ball dominant player. There's two other players
Yes.
that are ball dominant as well. That wouldn't on paper actually be as good of a fit as people think it could be. But I mean, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of places she could go, but I feel like
I'm curious to see what people vote.
I'm going with LA just because I'm delusional. That's fine.
Well, they
And
weren't
I'm gonna
even an
stand on
option, which is
business.
great. Lakin, you did it right. Yeah, LA isn't an option, and nor should it be. Save yourself, Skylar. Save yourself the trouble that would come with that. I'm gonna change it. I think Seattle will get two big free agents and they'll sign someone else or make a trade, and SDS and Jewel would be a lot of fun.
It would be a lot of fun, but she's trying to win a championship, y'all. She's trying to win championship.
And
I
that's
feel
why they
like
would
that could
sign
happen.
someone else. So
I feel like that could happen.
and no,
What's
Kaden,
that?
we're not gonna let you have that.
I'm gonna let you have it. Don't even worry about them. Don't worry about them. Kaden, we right here. Don't even worry about it. It's us against the world, friend.
Oh.
Exactly, because we have no everybody else. You're either going to Vegas or you have to try to beat them. There's no other option, and they're the Monstars, so you really don't have. You know, that's a lie, Layla. Stop spreading this lie.
Okay, what's your
Stop
question,
spreading
Mr.
it.
K? And man, I keep going back and forth on Paige if she's gonna leave or not.
Yeah, that's hard. It's hard. Yeah, we don't know for sure.
I'm sure she's going back and forth too.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm sure
not.
she is.
That's the
She
majority.
might.
The majority thinks she's staying. So I don't know. I still think it's a possibility she leaves. I kind of hope she does, but I don't think
But that's
UConn's
going.
winning this year. So if that's the
I don't think
case,
they're
then
gonna win
she's
ever again. Honestly.
because of the curse of Candace to
Yeah.
Amber. So
Yep.
what happens if Caitlyn doesn't declare? How does that affect the draft? Assuming Paige doesn't. Ooh.
That would it would go straight to hell. That's what would happen.
It would be chaos.
It would be complete chaos. Everybody would be trying to trade their picks. It would be horrible. But
Can I be
honestly,
honest? Again, and we talked about this before.
what's up? Let's hear it.
I think Indiana's guard group is young. That is not like I liked Grace enough to give her more of a chance. Their biggest need is at wing to me, and Rakia would be a great choice.
I love it.
If Caitlyn and Paige moved on,
yeah. But
I would love that fit. But I know it's not going to happen, and Caitlyn is probably declaring. But that's why I didn't want the Fever winning the lottery and stuff. So
exactly, I'm with that though.
Fever take break
because I totally see where you're going with that. I love it. But honestly, yeah, I don't think she's not gonna declare because honestly,
oh yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, it's like the closest to home. It's like you're gonna be the number one pick. Who gets the opportunity again, win or lose? I think she's gonna be definitely a Fever. So
I do too. So, but I think even Paige coming back changes things. So
yeah, it does. It changes a lot.
I even if she gets hurt, like she has
they're
all
gonna
this attention and stuff. Like yeah. So what if Angel declares where does she go? Potentially Dallas. I could see that. I could see her going multiple places. She's a really good rebounder. Inconsistent with scoring at times and everything, but I don't know. She is definitely a WNBAer, and I'm curious to see how her career goes and everything. But I don't think she comes back another year. I think she's done with college after this year.
Yeah.
So
definitely see that.
All right, this one is not going to be as intense.
Okay.
Brittany Griner. 100% said Phoenix. Not even one person said somewhere else.
Because we already know. BG said.
But what if she signed somewhere else? I don't think she does.
I mean, that would be the shock of a lifetime, honestly.
It would.
But it's not happening.
Cool. But I think she waits to see if they try to get someone else big and then tries to work with the money because unlike someone else on that roster, she wants to do whatever they can to be a winner.
True.
And again, every player that's in the W deserves more money and everything. Like, with man. Anyway,
some people are hoarding the resources,
but
some people are hoarding the resources.
I agree. So
and holding their team back.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So I think Phoenix is in clear rebuild mode. I have not liked any of the moves they make besides Tolliver. Yeah, I don't think that's a great franchise to be a part of. And, even be a contender for the playoffs. I would love Onion Wary getting traded. I'd like her,
That'd
and
be
I'd like
nice.
her somewhere else.
Send her to LA.
I can see that one.
That would be nice.
And Tantam, we're gonna find out who does. Someone will, because they're gonna be able to overpay still. Like even though they don't have as much money as others because of that bigger contract, they can make some noise. So 11 players, like about 164K per player. So yeah, AP to Phoenix, I could see that. I totally could. All right, so that since that one was a slam dunk, let's move to Megan Gustafson.
Phoenix.
So 60% picked Phoenix. Every other vote was one vote for another team. So indecision here too, except her potentially re-signing. I think she re-signs personally.
Mm-hmm.
She fit like well there.
Yeah. It's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think any possibility she just stays over. So she's going to be signed somewhere. So I think she played well enough and everything. But yeah, they gave her a more opportunity. I think I'd be a little surprised if she left. It sounds like you agree, Amber. So.
Absolutely.
Okay. Next, let's talk about the core players because I have Breonna Jones on here. So 80% had Connecticut, 20% of voters had her going somewhere else. So what do you think? Is she staying with Connecticut another year with that core, or is Connecticut going to trade her as part of a blockbuster trade? What are your gut instincts, Amber?
I feel like, honestly, it's a contract that people would make room for.
And you're right, Lincoln.
So I feel like that might be the blockbuster trade that everybody's waiting on. Because I just don't see her being back in Connecticut. I don't know why. It's just...
You don't? Okay. I don't know. I think she does one more year.
She might have to. But I don't think she's going to want to. I think the next year she's...
Especially coming off an injury, she wants to stay 1 year, like be healthy, and then she'll be able to make big money. Like I don't think she wants to do like a long-term contract. So yeah, I think you're right. I think the max is being core twice, and then you can't be for the rest of your career. So yeah.
Understandable.
And I think I agree with you, Mr. K. I think they're in win now mode. And I think she gets it one more run with that team. And then there's going to be a lot of transition after this year and stuff. But I don't know. My gut says Connecticut that she goes back. But your instincts are saying no. So where's this blockbuster trade, Amber?
Now you ask a weird, like, I don't know. The league is in disarray because there's not enough spots or money to cover a lot of this shit. But
Layla, in sync. Yeah. I would trade a good amount. I don't know how much. They could have a prospect, maybe our 8th pick too. I'm not sure. But I know you've mentioned Ty before. That would be a good fit. Yeah, I think any team that does a trade with us would want LA.
Absolutely.
So
like that's hard.
Tough. Man, what are other possibilities on where she get traded? Tough. It could be Washington. You're right. I'm curious what would be involved in that package. Like whoever gets her, it's going to be.
Yeah, I just came up with a brilliant one. Because Kurt does love her. If they want to swap her and bring her to LA.
Ooh, so what would that look like? What do you think
Azure goes back
from LA? No, that would not be enough. That would not be enough.
I mean, I'm not saying that's the only person, but she would be the biggest piece of the trade.
What about a just 1-for-1 swap, Amber?
1-for-1? Oh hell no, that won't be no damn.
The Sun agree to take the 2nd overall pick, and you all get Jones, and you have her cord. So you could potentially sign her
See,
for
that would
multiple
make me want to
seasons.
fight because I want Cam, but also Bree is proving that he's just like an 8 ball, like a magic 8 ball friend. This is hard.
It is.
That's very hard.
And it would obviously, I think you only make that type of move if you get Skylar Diggins-Smith, someone of that caliber, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going for it. We're willing to trade our future and get someone in here for a couple years that could help us win a championship before NECA retires and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I that's the only way I think y'all make that type of trade. So, but that is an interesting place because you all, like, behind Indiana, I think you all had the second most cap space in the league. So
True.
I could see that.
And they also have barely any players.
EDD,
Some
Maisha,
people
and future picks.
some
Maybe
people they need to get rid of.
They would be asking for that 6th pick for sure too. I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. Exactly. That's hard to give up. With there's going to be a good player that falls to 6, a really good player that could fit in now. So, whew, that's going to be tough. But I could see her being traded, but I think she's going to go one more year and then hit it big in free agency next year. So, I get why she's on your list. Like, oh, okay. Before we move on, let's go to the other core players. EDD, do you think she's going to stay in Washington, or is someone going to pick up that contract?
Here's what I'll say. I was just about to say that because honestly, it's either Washington or nobody, I feel like.
So, question. Do you think it was like sentimental and like they were like, hey, we've always wanted you, and then
it could be because like she's literally like she's been breaking down her own body to play. And they haven't made any leeway. So it's like, girl, if y'all, and I don't think a revamped roster is gonna do it, honestly. So why not just cut your losses, stop hurting yourself, and retire?
And I just struggle to see what team would make that trade.
Because I don't feel like anybody's gonna make that trade. Like she might come back and play that year and be done. If she plays at all.
So it would have to be someone like, hey, she's the missing piece. And here's a question. Is she willing to come off the bench?
I feel like she would be.
Okay. In her final season and everything? Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that's not the problem for me. Like I feel like she doesn't.
Yeah, it would have to be a contender, Layla.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't feel like that's a problem for her, honestly. That's tough though. That's tough.
Man. Here's a thought. It's probably not going to happen. EDD and Candace split time. How lethal would that be?
Bro, I've been thinking about that, and honestly, I would be very, very excited. And that's like one of the only options.
That would be wild.
That would be scary as hell. And like, Kathy is going to shit a brick if that happens. But if anybody can make it happen, just saying.
Because I don't see Connecticut because they already have like a solid front court. Like,
look, she's been in Connecticut before. There's nothing there, and I mean UConn, not Connecticut.
New York, a bigger contract would have to come back, so it would probably be someone like Vanderbilt coming back. And Mystic fans have not, the one Mystic fan I talked to that says that trade doesn't work, and I don't blame you. I think Sliz's a solid point guard, but yeah, not for that roster for sure. So, man. And then there's a lot of teams in flux. I don't think she fits well in Atlanta. Dallas, the money doesn't work. It just gets hard to see, where she would go. But yeah, I know I feel like Tan saying something's going to happen. It's like the calm before the storm, and we're going to be talking about some wild trades on here soon. Yeah. Last core player, and then we'll move on back to the unrestricted free agents.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way that the Liberty move on from Stewie? That they trade her as part of a blockbuster deal? They said in exit interviews they were going to core her and everything. Do you think she was happy there?
Waste the time. Let's not even waste the time. Just like she wasted our time with all them damn emojis last year.
True.
I'm not about to waste everybody else's time. We can just move on.
I love it. Okay. Jonquel Jones. Yes. So 60% of people, I was not expecting this, but 60% of people say she's signing back with New York. 13% said Los Angeles. And then 27% were other teams with one vote.
I just want to know with whose money is she going back to New York?
They'd have the cap space to do it, but then they'd be really tight.
Exactly. So with whose money?
Exactly.
With whose money?
So
they have to do a lot of
desperately need a center because Han said she's not coming back. Mm-hmm. Like that was already confirmed with her agent and everything. Mm-hmm. So
I honestly don't know where Jonquel goes because here's the thing. If she is about whether she wants the money or she wants to go to a contender, because she can't have both at this time. Yeah. She can't have both at this time. It's just not feasible. So she gonna have to take a cap, she gonna have to take a hit money wise, or she's gonna have to say bye-bye to them championship dreams. It's one or the other. Make a decision, sister, because
I know I gotta make Spark fans happy, but if you make big moves, if you get SDS and get Jonquel, suddenly that roster doesn't look bad. But I don't think you get SDS, but I think you'll get Jonquel. I think she'll like the big city. Mm-hmm. And she gets to have a lot of money, work alongside NECA.
Yeah.
I could see it. Mm-hmm. I don't think it'll be the best fit for her and Brink either, but they do 1-year contract. I don't know.
Like I said, money or championship.
Phoenix?
No.
I don't see her and BG working well together. They desperately need another front court scorer, though. Mm-hmm. BG needs help. Will she play for Kurt? Ooh, that's interesting because it did not exactly end on good terms when she left Connecticut. It did not feel like...
They probably should have stayed in Connecticut, but...
By the way, off topic, I love Ono, and I think she's going to have a bright career, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. A bad trade for I told y'all that. I've been told y'all that.
But she was great in the playoffs, man.
Mm-hmm. She was great in LA. I wish we had kept her.
But, her and AT can't coexist. Okay. I don't know.
Very true. It's hard. That's also true.
But I'm going to go with LA as my pick. With them having the cap space, and she gets to go to a big market. What about you? What's your final pick on Jonquel?
Honestly, if they could sign NECA and possibly SDS, which I still want, I feel like that might be enough to lure her out there, but I don't know. It's definitely gonna be one or the other. I feel like because she's either gonna go back to New York for way less money, or she's coming
LA where she could get a hefty sum. Yeah, I get you. And what were you saying for Satu, Lakin? Oh, you're saying New York trades her rights and goes for Satu, or what are you saying?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, because her sister's there. Okay. Mm-hmm. I like Satu, so I don't want her playing in New York, so I don't like... I could see them doing it, but then who would be
somebody
the center?
Somebody got to go to New York, and that's going to suck. If it's somebody,
because if they trade it for Satu, Stewie would become center for that team.
I don't like it.
I don't either. Please, Satu.
That would lose even worse than the last time.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. Please, for multiple reasons. Okay, next one.
Case.
NECA. So this one only had 2 teams that votes were for.
What was that?
93% Los Angeles, and then multiple people said Dallas. 7% Dallas.
I don't think it's time for homecoming, honestly. Um Dallas is such a mess. Like everybody doesn't want to play at home. I know that's the closest place to where she grew up. She's a Texas girl. I don't see Dallas.
Because they already have McCowan and Howard there already. It makes no sense
Yeah,
unless they trade at one of those people.
I mean, and that
So
could happen, but I would sooner like I don't like the fit.
they can't all be
I
good.
don't like the fit. Neck of the Vegas, that would be fun, but probably not gonna happen.
Mm-mm,
But she has
mm-mm.
been shown that she will take less money.
She
Cause
has,
like
yeah.
usually she'll be the last person to sign, even though like everybody knows she's coming back. She'll take less money and she'll give them time to get somebody in the ether. And honestly, even though I don't feel like I think she wouldn't want to come off the bench for not because of her ego, but because she works way too hard on her game to improve her game to like come off the bench at this point. I feel like, and she's too talented of a player to do that right now. But because like she's gotten better the last couple of years as opposed to her like couple of down years. So I don't know. What's your question, Lakin? I would love to know.
Could she go to an expansion
Mm,
team next year? That's
I mean, maybe
interesting.
because she's been signing 1 year deals. She's been doing the KD. So
I
KD there
think
for
it
like
would
3 years straight.
like I love like little things where it's like passing on like the last Stanford lottery pick that
Hmm.
became like the franchise cornerstone, pass it on to the next one. Like that would be
Yeah,
so cool to me.
I
Like they
think she
sign
might be able to
Cameron, she
bring
gets the
somebody
trainer and
into the
stuff.
fold.
So
I believe she'll be able to bring somebody into the fold so she doesn't have to rock this bullshit by herself. Honestly, and I don't feel
because it's
like
a big
fans gonna
market.
come
Like,
back.
even though they're
Yeah,
playing their first game at Long Beach State,
possible.
it's a big market and stuff, and
Yeah,
I'm still
but
mad
that's the
about
thing. Like it happens every year. They know it's coming. I
it.
mean, they preparing for the playoffs. There's not
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
any room for them, unfortunately, because they already have two NBA teams that are probably gonna be in the playoffs. So it's not a
I don't
it's
think I have any
it can happen.
Californians here, so it wouldn't be controversial me saying this. But they should just move them to Anaheim and they can play at the Honda Center. No NBA team plays there, and that's a big arena. So,
Bye.
oh, oh yeah. Um, this account follows everybody, but I found it funny because I don't follow NBA, but the LeBron James account followed me, and I thought it was funny.
Bye. Good night.
but he followed, but it's followed like 90,000 people. So, but
Yeah, we
it was
know.
it still cracked me up.
Yeah, that is definitely that's hilarious.
Yeah, but it says automated, so it's his account, but he has it on like some automatic setting. So yeah,
Mm,
because it's his account, it has like all sorts of followers and stuff. So, but
mm,
he just doesn't have time to manage it and stuff.
mm.
So yeah, I think it is. I don't know. I don't know LBJ personally, so yeah, there's tweets on there and stuff. So
It's tweets on
whatever.
there.
I personally have not liked his quotes on the W and stuff, so don't respect him that much. Like he's a great player, but yeah, I have not liked his takes on the W. One of those people that said Caitlyn should be able to leave now, da 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 da. So whatever. Ooh, and Miami's still up 10 with 4 minutes to go. Wow. Okay.
Mm.
And I
Dun
was
dun
saying
dun.
I'm not gonna lie, I was saying I don't believe in Miami and stuff, and I kept like I felt like I was being proven right. Like, oh yeah, they didn't beat this team, they didn't beat this team, and wow, now NC State. So I'm wrong. I can admit it. But yeah, you agree, Amber, that NECA's coming back?
As much as I hate it, she probably will.
Okay. But I agree with you that they'll be able to bring someone in. How big? We'll just have to wait and see on that. But yeah.
LA doesn't have to sell itself. That's
Okay,
all I gotta
next
say.
one.
Yep.
This one was very divided too.
Mhm.
Aerial powers. The most popular vote was Los Angeles, 33%.
Mhm.
Phoenix
I'm
was
hearing you.
second, 20%.
Mhm.
47% of the other votes were one for another team. So lots of indecision on this one.
Mhm.
Oh, dang, an SDS to the Mystics one. Interesting.
I mean, I was saying that until I wasn't.
I was too, and then I moved on.
Yep.
But AP to Seattle, maybe.
Mhm.
Anywhere but Vegas.
I
Whew.
don't think you're gonna have to worry about that, honestly, Aaron.
I don't think it's huge for her to be a starter. I think she just wants minutes.
Mhm.
Because LA gets Talbot back.
Mhm.
Oh, you think she wants to start? Okay. Then Phoenix would be one of the choices. Like, but they have Onion Ware and stuff. Like, so she could battle for a starting spot. But I personally like Onion Ware more.
Mhm.
Man, where do you think she could start, Amber?
Mm. Where she could start?
Yeah, Indiana.
Mhm.
Hey, you. Please.
Um, I feel like Seattle.
You know how
Um.
I feel about Horston. She went. Powers would not start there. Nope.
Okay. um. mm,
Leave my girl Lexi out of this. Just saying.
She's
She could
fighting,
fight for that
fighting,
spot.
fighting. That's hard.
I
Just
don't
to
think a
try to find
contender. She would
somewhere.
not get the minutes she would want with any contender right now.
Mm-mm. Damn.
Associated Press, please. She is, but I think she's gonna be ready to go. I could be wrong.
And
But
honestly, if you
anyway.
get somebody else, I mean, nothing is saying that Jordan has to start. Just saying.
Oh, she started a fair amount of games last year.
But nothing saying that she has to do it this year if they get somebody like AP.
I understand. I do see how
It's
it could
not written in
potentially be a
stone.
good fit. But yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, she started 17 games last year. That was
Hmm.
with injuries and stuff, so a fair amount. But
Hmm.
AP's tough.
Hard. Hmm. Because that's another one that's gonna have to make a decision, and we know she wants
Do
playing
you
time.
think she could compete with Cam Talbot and getting the starting job in LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Cam Talbot. Wow. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh my gosh, that was a goalie back when I followed
That's
hockey.
hilarious.
My bad. Steph Talbot. Oh
Oh
gosh.
yeah, what's the status of Katie Lou?
Katie Lou, hold on, I have it on here.
Because I can't remember.
Katie Lou's a
I
UFA.
know she had the baby, so she's a UFA. Okay,
Her
so
contract wasn't suspended or anything. She can go anywhere she wants. So I wouldn't be
Sean
surprised if
had
she
her baby.
returned too.
Yeah.
She's on this list of players we're going after and stuff. So Katie Lou, who, sorry for any
Yeah.
confusion. People weren't knowing who we were talking about. So, but,
Yes. I can see. I can see her going to. Yes. I can see her going to Minnesota. Honestly, that would be nice. But yeah. I don't know. Like I feel, but I definitely feel like between Steph and AP that could be a nice little battle. They would probably both make the team, but
okay.
I feel like that
I'm
could
gonna make
be.
Aaron mad. I'm so sorry. Don't be too mad at me.
Uh,
I'm saying she goes to Indiana.
okay, I can see that
So,
though. Honestly, truly, I can see it.
yeah. I think she could compete for that starting role and stuff, especially since they're
Hmm.
not getting Ricky and stuff. So yeah. Okay. On to the next one. Satu. 80% said she was re-signing with Dallas. 20% was one vote for another team. What do you think? So they gave her the qualifying offer. Do you think she is in a Wings jersey for this next season, or is she going to be part of a blockbuster trade?
Mm. Mm.
He says Dallas.
I feel like anybody would want to take a flyer on her, so why not try to see what you can get on the market for her? Well, actually, no, that's not how it would happen. Cause like she could, since she's restricted, like she could go entertain whatever offer she want.
It's just
But
Dallas can match
yeah, they
anything
can
that's.
match it. But would they match it?
Layla, I know you're not as big of a fan of her, but I would take Satu. I would take Satu. Layla has not been agreeing with me a lot today.
True, and she shouldn't.
What are your
Because
opinions, Amber? Would you want Satu on our roster or no?
on our roster, no,
No. Okay.
it's not a good fit. I'm sticking with Ryan to the wheels fall
She
off.
is a high volume shooter. You are right
Exactly.
on that.
We're good.
And I like Enrique, so that's not an insult to me. But
And that's a lot of pressure. Ooh, child. Ooh.
But
I'm sorry. That was funny, Mr. K. Ooh.
But I do think she's going to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Lakin was bringing that up, TJ. Yeah, I am stunned that Miami beat NC State. I wasn't seeing it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Satu for Maisha. I don't think Dallas would do that, but I could see a move there, especially if they move EDD. Satu in Washington would be really interesting. I don't know how it would happen. There would have to be like a 3-way trade.
Yeah, but that's been done before, so.
3-way here's something. Just the 3-way trade that popped in my head. Dallas is stuck with like they're not in a very good cap space situation. They take Melissa from Indiana. Maisha goes to Indiana. And then Satu goes to Washington. Just a 3-way trade off the top of my head. Later, please.
I'm not sold on it really.
Okay. Just put something out there, but yeah, Dallas would have to make some moves to be able to pick up Satu because right now, even with an 11-player roster, with the players they have on there and keeping both of their first-round picks, it would be around $84K for filling out the roster per player, and Satu is much more than that. So Dallas is going to have to make something shake. You think Dallas is going to trade their draft picks? Okay. Yep, Soares could be traded too, but yeah, I agree. I'm getting the vibe that Dallas is going to be a part of a big trade, and I think Satu is too.
I don't think they have a choice. Honestly, I don't think they have a choice.
They could, but it would just be tearing apart the roster a little bit. But I don't know. That's tough. So your gut too is she gets traded?
Probably.
Okay.
I hope so.
I do too because I really like her, but yeah, it's hard. Picking a team where that would go, I think it would be a part of a 3-way trade because that's a big contract. So we'll see. Would LA want her? Would they consider it? Again, this is assuming they get a big signing like SDS. Would they make a trade for Satu and swap places with Dallas in the draft 5-2?
I say hell no.
Okay. Just curious if that would be worth it. I wouldn't do it either.
It's not worth it. Because then you still going to have a problem because you're going to clog up your own paint.
That's true.
Fit-wise, that would not be smart.
So we agree with the Satu trade, but we do not know where she went. People in the chat, if you have good options and you think where she's going to go, let us know. But I am struggling on where she would fit and stuff. I just know I don't want it to be New York. So On to the Luhus.
Mhm.
We'll start with Carly Luhu. Which Lakin, I think you said Minnesota for her. No, Layla, she's playing good enough to both of them play well enough to make a roster. That's
Exactly.
the
And I
both of
feel like
them are
they
good
both.
enough to be in the league.
Yep. I feel like they both could both still end up back in LA. Honestly, them the only sisters
I
I
wouldn't be
want
surprised either.
on the roster together. That's all I gotta say about that.
And a lot of people could use Carly's 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
So, and like you were saying last year, she plays hard. Like she's not good
She's
at
not the
defense.
most
She is
physical.
definitely not,
Yeah.
but
She's
she
not the
plays
most
hard.
physical. Yeah.
So,
She gives effort. She can't help that her feet are a little bit slower than most. But her 3-point shooting makes up for it. So
and by the way, 80% said LA for her, 13% Seattle, and then 7% was
yeah.
going somewhere else with one vote. But yeah, I don't know. I think she stays in LA at least one more year. She's
I feel
comfortable
like at least
there.
one more.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Katie Lou was similar, 80% as well. Thought that she was going back to LA, and then 20% was one vote for another team and stuff. So yeah, I'll stick with both of them going back to LA.
Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Okay, next one. Elena Smith.
I say she
So
goes back to the sky.
67% said re-sign with Chicago, 13% said Phoenix, and then 20% of teams got one vote. So, Ooh. Phoenix, New York. Man, I think she's going to be one of those that's determined later. Like she'll sign later. Oh, we're doing Elena Smith, Layla.
Atlanta.
Because Chicago has Izzy coming back. What do you think, Amber? What's your gut reaction on this?
There she goes back to the sky.
Elena, sorry. You say Phoenix? She goes back to Phoenix? Okay. Yeah, this is tricky. I was thinking Mini a little too, but they have so many four like players. Not them having a quota to fit. But because they already have Dorka, they already have Jessica Shepard, they already have Fee. I just, I think Minnesota would be a terrible fit. And then I don't know. Do you consider Izzy a starter, Amber?
I don't feel like she necessarily has to be a starter. She can be effective with less minutes. It's not, I don't think she's a set starter.
Okay. All right, because I've heard a lot of Sky fans wanting her back and everything. I don't know. I think someone is going to pay extra for her. So I'm gonna go. She goes out of Chicago. Where does she go? That's what I'm struggling with. Man, maybe Seattle. You mentioned that earlier. I think you're the one that mentioned that.
I can see it.
I could see Seattle. I'll go with Seattle. I'll follow that Lakin suggestion and go Seattle because that would fit. They don't have like a solidified four in there and stuff like Mercedes Russell. Like doesn't have to be a starter either and stuff. She could compete for a starting role. So I'll go with Seattle. Okay, Kia Stokes.
Vegas.
80% said Vegas, 20% other.
Vegas. Big time.
I think she's another one that someone might overpay to get her and stuff because it's hard finding centers and everything.
I mean, yeah. but I think it's Vegas and Vegas only. Honestly,
Seattle, maybe. I don't know.
maybe a big maybe.
Oh, we're talking about Kia.
All Star,
Yes, All
All
Star
Star
Kia.
team.
Sorry.
Don't forget,
Whew.
it's a no comment for me. Honestly, it's funny. Exactly. Don't worry, Miss K. I got you. Got you, friend. But yeah, I definitely see. You know, I see Vegas and Vegas only. But
Okay. Okay. I would
hmm
not be surprised if she resigns. I'll go with it for right now too, but
yeah,
um, she could go elsewhere. New York, it would be less
it'll go
expensive, but
elsewhere.
they're not able to get John Quell. That's an
hmm
interesting. Oof.
hmm
I would not like it. She
You
did play
still
there
play it.
before.
hmm
And hi, Barney.
What's up? What's up?
All right. One more, and then I'll go over to the trade list. Courtney Williams. I think this one's interesting. 47% said Chicago, 13% said Connecticut, and then 40% was one vote for other teams. So another one that a lot of people had a lot of indecision on. You said Phoenix. I could see that.
Mm,
Lakin and Layla, yeah.
hmm
I'm going LA. That was my pick.
It's gonna be between the two of them because heart like is that's hard because
Because
court is
especially
so
if you strike
unpredictable.
out on
Yeah.
SDS, Canada, and Cloud,
hmm
Court might be an interesting player to bring on. Like, I thought she was decent as a starting one in Chicago last year. So
hmm But like honestly, she is one of those players who is gonna be hard to pin down. She's a wild card, so who knows exactly? She's gonna want the money and she's gonna want the time. So
and LA will be
I'm
able to get
kind of
both.
yeah, true, very true.
It probably is happening, Lake, and I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah,
Watch it be something
exactly.
that we call. So
Probably, because we're psychic over here. We have a
exactly.
crystal ball. We got to bring back the crystal ball for everybody.
But Amber, speaking of crystal ball, what is your pick for Court?
Child, I don't think it worked that well. Cause like really, like I said, like she's hard to pin down what she's gonna want. But I'm gonna
Maybe
lean towards LA.
Minnesota. I don't think she
I,
would get
I
along with
highly
Reed,
doubt.
but
I highly doubt that. But yeah, I really, really, really feel like LA is a prime landing spot for her. Honestly,
okay.
it could very well happen.
We are here on Sunday. We're doing some games and stuff. I'm also planning on doing something Saturday the day before, so we'll keep you posted if we end up doing something. But we'll for sure be on Sunday because we have a game that we're watching on that day and stuff. So hopefully things have happened and we have a lot to discuss.
hmm
But some of the popular trades, because the last question, the tiebreaker was who do you think will be traded? Kelsey Mitchell was the most popular pick. 27% of ballots had Kelsey Mitchell as their pick,
Yeah.
which I am not surprised at all. And I think
Nope.
I'll say them all, Lakin. But yeah, I think Kelsey gets traded for sure. I think she wants out. They should go younger at that position.
hmm
Cheyenne Parker was the next closest. 13% said Cheyenne Parker would be traded.
hmm
And I think it's time for Atlanta to move on that too. And she was in the
hmm
All-Star last year.
Yep.
I think there's some teams that would make that move. So,
hmm
and that would be an interesting trade, like in Maisha for Vivian's and Grace. I could see that,
hmm
and the money would work too. So that would be interesting. Oh, I know, but we haven't talked about it on here, so I wanted to act like it was new. So
Yeah.
anyway, and then people that had one Dejanay, that was probably your pick, Aaron, since you brought up Carrington. I like her a lot off the bench, so be curious to see where she goes. Mystics would be a good pick, a good fit. Erica Wheeler was picked by a hopeful Fever fan because I don't think anybody's taking that Wheeler contract. I'm
Nope.
sorry. Han was on there. That was before it was found out that she's not going to play this year. Kia Nurse. I don't know who would make that move, but that was probably a Storm fan because, yeah, she's not a starter on that team.
Mm-hmm.
LA was on there.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to play her this year. I am putting into existence LA plays this year in a Dream uniform.
She better.
Minutes.
She better.
Maya Caldwell was on here, which the Fever are going to have a lot of competition for those roster spots. They already have a lot of guards. At least one more is coming in. So I could see her being traded. Nalissa Smith was on here, which we brought her up earlier. I still want to Leah and Nalissa to work, but I understand that it might not. Natasha Howard was on here.
I could see it happening. Yeah.
Yeah, Ruthie was not given a qualifying offer, so
I'm not surprised.
And then someone put Skylar Diggins Smith to be able to get a Supermax contract. So
if I was her, I'd go to LA and leave Phoenix high and dry, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. No, she's not going to want to do anything for that franchise, and stuff's going to be coming out later because she's already alluded to it. They didn't even let her practice in the gym.
Which is crazy.
Are you talking about Bree Turner?
Yeah, like neither one. She's going to be staying in Phoenix.
Yes, she has a guaranteed contract, so she's for sure staying. If she's cut, they would still have the money on their cap sheet and everything. And honestly, she's a good locker room player. I don't think she's a starter at this point. I think she's a good 6th player. But, yeah, she'll definitely be on that team unless they trade her, which I don't think they will either. So, yeah. And, yeah, I think the Dream, whatever trade we make, because I think there's going to be a trade, I think AD will be included because I just don't think they were at the times that they were playing well, like at their peak, they were still not getting playing time and stuff and everything. Like there was no consistency there to get into a groove or anything. So honestly, for AD, I would want them to be able to be moved and try somewhere else because I like their energy on defense. So, but yeah, we gave him a qualifying offer. So I think we trade him. Mo is a UFA. Yes.
I'm sorry. It's time. Last year was the time to move on, and this past year proved that.
I think Mo might go to LA. Yeah. Oh, they can put that. Yes. Because she went to school there, everything. She's from there. I would not be surprised at all.
That's what I was hoping for last year, but.
And she's a good glue player, but man, I just don't think she's gonna be a fit with us. But she shouldn't have been last year.
I know because LA got they got. Do they got the most money or they have the second?
They the second most behind Indiana. So and they're a desirable place. So that's why LA was brought up a lot. Okay.
Because they got a lot of ways to go.
We'll end on that. Diamond the Shields to LA would be interesting.
I mean, honestly, I could see it too. I really do.
I could see Indiana for that one. I know she was brought up, so I just hope she's healthy and back in the league. But I don't want too much put on her. Like I want a place where there's someone else that could, like take minutes as well and everything, not making her take on like a full-on role. And that pressure. So Seattle would honestly be a decent fit. Some place like LA too, where they already have Talbot. So yeah. But hope she lands somewhere where she can succeed. Man. Tough story there. That was so sad. I'm sorry.
Cam Talbot.
From my previous life. Oh, anyway, y'all. Dang! Oh my gosh! I didn't realize we've been on for a bit. So
we've been talking a whole lot of shit.
Man, we can go when we're talking about the W. Whew! So just wait until those deals come in.
Yes,
we will have a lot to talk about.
Man,
so I will not come running back on here if free agency news drops, but we would talk about it on Saturday. So we're gonna do something on Saturday. We'll keep you all posted. And then Sunday we have what games do we have on that we're doing on here? Is it the Colorado UCLA game? That's that day. Yeah, we're doing UCLA Colorado and then USC Utah so that evening. So there'll be plenty of time for moves to drop by that time. So we'll be on at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. So that is plenty of time to get some rumors and stuff. So, watch some good basketball and talk about the free agency moves. That's going to be a great night.
I can't wait.
But yeah, anybody that wasn't able to tune in for the full thing, this is on the Atlanta Dreamin YouTube channel. So feel free to watch our takes and everything on there. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. As always, Jeff, like you're so engaging and funny.
Yes.
We'll see how many of these picks come true and stuff. And
yes.
As always, the most for me will come true. So I'm lying. That rarely mine come true. So yeah. Anyway, good night, y'all. Thanks for chilling with us.